Hi, I'm Jen Batson, and this is the A-mazeBall video for wall use. So if anybody has challenges getting up and down off of the ground, or they don't have a therapy table at home that they can work on, there is a ball variation that you can use with your wall. And in each A-mazeBall pack, these are my favorite branded therapy balls. You get a double A-mazeBall and you get a single A-mazeBall. Okay, we're gonna begin with the double A-mazeBall first under the feet. And then, so keep your second single ball separate, but available. We're gonna begin standing at the wall with your A-mazeBall underneath your right foot. So to begin, you can have one hand on the wall. Your right foot is going to come onto the A-mazeBall, right? The double A-mazeBall. And you're going to roll the inside of the right foot. So very slowly, taking a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're stepping into the ball as much as you can. As you breathe in, you're rolling the ball back. As you breathe out, you're stepping into the ball, right? Your hand can stay at the wall for support. And then you're going to find a spot that feels a little tender, like it needs a little extra support. You're going to stay there for 3 rounds of breath. So nice deep breath in through the nose and out from the mouth. 2 more times, breathing in through the nose, out from the mouth, and once more, breathing in and out. We're going to move through the inside arch of the foot again, 3 more times, just again, not stamping on it, not just quickly rolling it, but very slowly and mindfully, so that you can get the most bang for your buck here. When you feel satisfied with rolling the inner arch of your right foot, we're going to stay with the same foot, but now switch to the outer arch so that you're moving the foot into the middle of the ball and using the ball to roll the outer arch of your right foot. Inhaling and exhaling. Right, so putting as much pressure as feels reasonable for you. There's no right or wrong, but we don't want to force anything that's painful. Finding a spot that's relatively uncomfortable, but manageably so. 3 rounds of breath there. Breathing in and out. Again, breathing in and out. 1 more time, inhaling and letting it go. Rolling through that. If this feels good and you want to spend more time here, go ahead, or you can come back to this at the very end. We're going to shake the foot out. Just move the A-mazeBall over to the side. Bring your tush to the wall. Feet are hip distance apart, right? So you feel supported here. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, hinging forward from the hips. Even if you don't go very far, just finding a forward fold that's reasonable to you. And feeling that maybe your right side feels a little longer, a little bit looser. To come back up, hands to your thighs, and then rolling yourself back up. Hands to the wall, come up to stand, and we'll switch feet. So now the ball is going to move to the inner arch of the left foot. Okay, so just slow rolls through there, investigating how this foot feels. It could be completely different experience, so there's no rush. We're just meeting our body where it's at today and seeing what we find. 1 more nice deep breath in and out. finding a spot that might be tight, hanging out there, 3 big rounds of breath. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, you're leaning into the ball as much as is reasonable. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Okay. We are going to move through the ball again, right? Rolling it underneath the foot a few more times before we switch to the outer arch. When you're ready, moving the outer arch of the foot into that double ball, and you're doing the same thing. Your hand can stay at the wall and just slowly moving the ball along the outer ridge of the foot. If you find some place that's a little tight, you're going to hang out there. 3 big rounds of breath, breathing in through the nose and out from the mouth. Good, 2 more, breathe in and out. And last one. Good, moving through that space slowly. Last one. And then moving the double ball just off to the side, bringing your hips back to the wall, soft bend to the knees. Inhaling here as you breathe out. Nice, easy forward fold. Let the head drop. Notice how you feel, right? Maybe a little bit looser than you did before. And then when you're ready to come up, hands to the thighs for support, rounding yourself up, drop the shoulders, hands to the wall to come off, and then you're gonna find your singular ball. Okay, we're gonna take this ball to the hips and then to the shoulders. So ball comes right to the right glute, okay? And the ball is right at the wall, and you are in charge of how much you are pressing in to the wall. And I like to make some big circles here, right? It's a big muscle and lots of muscles in there, lots of attachments. So take your time to explore that, right? And then finding a spot, it could be a little bit more on the side, could be a little bit more on the back that feels tight. We're gonna hang out there. Relax your shoulders. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're just leaning in, right? You are in charge of this. Breathing in and out. Good, one more time. Good, you can make some circles here again. And reversing directions. When you feel satisfied with that side, we're gonna take it out. And just by like wigging the hips side to side, it might feel like that leg is a lot looser. Mine does. It's a whole different leg. So we're gonna even ourselves out, ball to the left side and behind the left glute. So again, just moving the ball, right? And there's no need to force anything, so let it be more of an invitation to explore where those muscles are really tight. You're in charge of how much pressure you're putting on there. And then finding some place that's reasonable, use your breath to lean in. Nice deep breath in and out. Again and out. One more time. Good, moving the ball again. Making some big circles. Switching rotations, right? So switching directions. When you're satisfied, you're gonna take the ball out, right? Make some figure eights with those hips. They might feel like they can go out dancing later. Could be fun. All right, but we're gonna finish off with the shoulders. So ball comes into the right hand, ball to the wall, right? And I like to take a step away. Soft bend into the knees, and you're just rolling that ball between the spine and the shoulder blade. And you can get right up to the very top of the tracks there. That is generally where we are all pretty tense and tight. But let this be an invitation to loosen any gripping, right? To explore. Anytime you want to change the position of the ball, I put my butt to the wall, right? And then change where the ball is at. Then I can pick up the hips and lean in. There have been a lot of times I have two dogs, one of whom loves chasing balls, and it's been a battle as to which of us gets to the therapy ball first. Okay. Once you find a spot that speaks to you, right, you are in charge of how much pressure you put in there, but do take some snow angel circles with that arm. It's going to change how you experience the therapy ball behind the back. And then you can cross the hand to the opposite shoulder, right? Hold on to opposite shoulders. And again, you can roll down a little bit. You can change where the ball is, going up and down, right between the spine and the shoulder blade. So in that meatier part of the mid-back, that if you were getting a massage, you'd be like, oh, right there. Finding some place that's meaningful, 3 rounds of breath to lean in. 2 more. Last one. And again, you can stay here for as long as feels reasonable, but even if you have time just to do like 1 or 2 passes through, you're still going to get a lot of mobility out of that just one. And if you come off and just move your arm around, move the shoulder around, you might feel how much more space you've created. So let's do the other side, right? So left hand has the ball. Take your bum to the wall, feet a little bit forward, soft bend into the knees, and then moving the ball around behind the back. You can get up to the top of the track there. You can move down, right? To change position of the ball, you can bring the butt to the wall, right? And just move a little bit to let the ball slide down. You can step forward so that it comes up to the top of the track. Take a few moments, each side is different. We hold our stress differently to find where really speaks to you, where's like the best spot to kind of lean into, dig into. And you are, again, in charge of how much pressure you put there. Once you found a reasonably good spot, you're going to hang out there and we're going to circle that arm around. Make sure that your breath is moving evenly, right? We're not holding the breath at all. And the next time the arm comes, let it find the opposite shoulder, opposite hand to opposite shoulder. Think of pulling your shoulder blades apart. And again, you can move up and down, side to side, wherever works better for you to really open up that space behind the shoulder blade. If you find some place that's really tight, maybe spend a few rounds of breath there, just leaning in, not forcing it, but rather just leaning the body weight, right? Into it as much as feels reasonable. There is no rush, so we always have one side that's a little bit tighter, but whenever you feel ready, Place your butt again back at the wall. Take the ball out. Make some shoulder circles there. Feel how much space you've created. Maybe you take one more forward fold, moving the ball to the ground. Again, just to feel how much space there is. Nice deep breath in. Your hips are at the wall, soft bend to the knees. As you breathe out, just folding over the legs. Drop the head. You can nod it yes and no. When you're ready to come up, hands to the thighs, rolling yourself up to the wall. Feel stable there. And then come up to stand. Great work. Thanks so much. For additional tips and information, you can reach out to me on my website. It's jenbatsonyoga.com. See you soon.